Good afternoon to the students of class 7. Students, today we are going to begin with a new chapter in maths, that is areas of rectangles and squares. Now children, we have just studied in the previous chapter types of quadrilaterals about the rectangles and squares in detail. Remember, in rectangle the lengths of opposite sides are equal, and in squares all the sides were equal. Now in this chapter we are going to study about the areas of rectangles and squares. At first we are going to study about rectangles. So in a rectangle, perimeter equals to 2 into length plus breadth. This is the formula for calculating the perimeter of a rectangle when the length and breadth are given. And length equals to perimeter by 2 minus breadth. So how is this coming? Let me just show you. You know that perimeter P equals to 2 into length plus breadth. Now if I multiply and open the bracket, P equals to 2L plus 2B. Now you need to calculate the length. So you can write P minus 2B equals to 2L. P minus 2B equals 2L. So now you can write that 2L equals to P minus 2B. So you can write L equals to P minus 2B by 2. Now if you individually divide, you will get L equals to P by 2 minus 2B by 2, that means B. So finally you are getting the length as P by 2 minus B. Length equals to perimeter by 2 minus breadth. In the same way, breadth also we will get perimeter by 2 minus length. How? You know that perimeter equals to 2 into length plus breadth. Now if you multiply and open the bracket, you will get P equals to 2L plus 2B. Now you are separating the breadth. You will write 2B equals to P minus 2L. Now B will be equals to P minus 2L by 2. Now you can individually separate and write that B equals to P by 2 minus 2L by 2. 2L by 2. Now this 2 and 2 is getting cancelled, and you are having B equals to P by 2 minus L. Right? So in this way you are finding out the length and the breadth in terms of the perimeter. So this is all about the perimeter of rectangle. Next we are going to study about the area of rectangle. Area is equals to length into breadth. Whenever the length and the breadth of the rectangle is given, you can take out the area by simply multiplying the length and the breadth. So length will be equals to area by breadth, and breadth will be equals to area by length. Okay. Next we are going to study about the perimeter and area of a square. In a square, perimeter equals to 4 into length of one side. Means you know that in a square all the sides are of equal length. So perimeter will be the sum of all the 4 sides. So that means actually 4 into side. Sum of all the sides means 4 times you will have to add the side. That is why it is 4 into side. Next, the length of the side when perimeter is given. At that time you will be able to calculate the length of the side equals to perimeter by 4. Next, area is side into side. Area means side square. Area of a square is side square. Now side square means area. Side square means area. Now whenever you are calculating the side, at that time what you will do? You will take out the square root of area. Side will be square root of area. Right? So that is why it is written, therefore side equals to root over of area. Next, area of 4 walls of a room. So children, you can consider the walls of the room as rectangles. Whenever you just look at your room, you will find that the opposite walls are of equal dimensions. Opposite walls are of similar type. So area of 4 walls of the room will be equals to 2 into length plus breadth into height. Okay, this is the formula for finding the area of the 4 walls of the room. Now here this 2 into length plus breadth actually is a perimeter. So whenever you are multiplying the perimeter with the height, at that time you will get the area of the 4 walls of the room. Now area of the floor. Now you can imagine the floor to be as a rectangle. So area of the floor will be length into breadth. Area of floor is length into breadth. Why? Because this is also rectangle. And area of the ceiling. Ceiling is also another rectangle. Just look on top. Just look at the ceiling of your room, that you will find that that is also resembling just a figure like a rectangle. So you can take out the area of the ceiling by multiplying the length and breadth. Next, we can say that area of the floor equals to area of the ceiling. Because both are length into breadth, that is why area of the floor equals to area of the ceiling. Here it is, condition is given that if length and breadth are not same. Okay, here in this case, when length and breadth are not same, that is why here height has been multiplied in case of the area of the four walls of the room. Next, conversion of different units. Now children, here we will learn how to convert the different units of area. You know that you have learned in metric system that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. This is already learned, that 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So then 1 centimeter will be what? 1 by 100 meter. 1 centimeter will be 1 by 100 meter. So now we are going to convert bigger to smaller units. 1 centimeter square or 1 square centimeter. Now 1 square centimeter means 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Square you have, that's why you are multiplying twice. So 1 square centimeter means 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Now also you know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. Remember the table, the metric conversion units, that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. It is just moving one step from left side to right side. That is why 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter. So now 1 centimeter you are putting 10 millimeter, and now again you have 1 centimeter, which is again equals to 10 millimeter. Now 10 millimeter into 10 millimeter, 10 into 10, you will get 100. So thereby you are getting 100 square millimeter or 100 millimeter square. So this is the relation between 1 square centimeter and 1 square millimeter. Next is, we are going to learn the relation between we are going to establish the relationship between the square millimeter, 1 square millimeter and 1 square meter and square centimeter. So here 1 square meter, again you have square meter, that means you will multiply 1 meter into 1 meter, because just look at this children, you have square meter. Square means twice, to the power 2. So 1 square meter means 1 meter into 1 meter. Now you know that 1 meter means 100 centimeter. 1 meter means 100 centimeter, because it is moving 2 steps from left side to right side. That is why 1 meter is 100 centimeter. Now you have 1 meter multiplied twice, that is why 1 meter means 100 centimeter into again 100 centimeter. Now 100 into 100 means 10,000. So 10,000 centimeter square or 10,000 square centimeter you are getting. So we can say that 1 square meter equals to 10,000 square centimeter. 1 square meter equals to 10,000 square centimeter, right? So these are the conversions from bigger units to smaller units. Now from smaller units to bigger units we are going to convert. From square millimeter to square centimeter, just the reverse. Just now in bullet 1 we have done to convert 1 square centimeter into square millimeter. Now here we are going to just do the reverse. Here we are going to convert square millimeter to square centimeter. Now you know that 1 square millimeter means, again square millimeter is given, that's why you will write 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter. That's why you are writing 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter. Now as you know that 1 centimeter means 10 millimeter. Now we can say that 10 millimeter equals to 1 centimeter. 10 millimeter equals to 1 centimeter. So now 1 millimeter will be what? 1 by 10 centimeter. We are going to bring this 10 just down. You know how to solve the equation, how to that whenever you are transferring, whenever you are changing the side, the multiplication becomes division. So that is why we are having 1 millimeter equals to 1 by 10 centimeter. So that's why you are writing 1 millimeter as 1 by 10 centimeter. Now again you have 1 millimeter. So that's why again you are writing 1 by 10 centimeter. Now 1 by 10 into multiplying again with 1 by 10. So you have 1 into 1, 1 by 10 into 10, that means 100. So you have 1 by 100 square centimeter. So that's why we are getting 1 square millimeter as 1 by 100 square centimeter, or rather if you want to convert it into decimal fraction, then you can just move the points. You have 1 by 100, so the decimal point is going to shift 2 places towards the left from right side. So you are having 0.01 centimeter square. So here you have 1 square millimeter equals to 0.01 centimeter square. Now again in the same way, in the previously you have converted 1 square meter to square centimeter, square meter to square centimeter you have converted. Now you will learn how to do the reverse, that means square centimeter to square meter. Now here again you know that 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. Now you can write in reverse way, 100 centimeter equals to 1 meter. So therefore 1 centimeter will be what? 1 by 100 meter. 1 centimeter will be 1 by 100 meter. Now here you have 1 square centimeter. Now square centimeter means you will write 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Now 1 centimeter means 1 by 100 meter, and again you have 1 centimeter, so same you are writing 1 by 100 meter. Now 1 by 100 you are multiplying with 1 by 100. Now 1 into 1 means 1 and 100 into 100 means 10,000. So you have 1 by 10,000 square meter. Finally you are getting 1 square centimeter equals to 1 by 10,000 square meter. Now if you want to convert it into decimal fraction, that time what you will do, 1 by 10,000, here you are moving 4 points towards the left side in this way. So you are getting 0.0001 meter square or square meter. Okay children, so finally you are getting 1 square centimeter equals to 0.0001 square meter. So children, you have learnt the conversion of units of area from smaller unit to bigger units and from bigger units to smaller units, and also you will have to learn the formula for calculating the area and perimeter of the rectangles and square. So copy down these notes in your classwork notebook. Okay children, so thank you for today.